Hello, my name is Ricky Montoya, and I'm doing this presentation on Mona Chalabi's TED Talk on how to spot bad statistics. Mona Chalabi's main reason for giving this TED Talk was to help people understand statistics in a way of being able to recognize which numbers are reliable and which ones are not. She stated 3 ways to spot a bad statistic. One is identifying any uncertainty. And she used this graph to show hospital admissions to lunar cycle. You can tell that there's a bunch of uncertainty by the placement of the moons to hospital admissions. There's really nothing telling you anything specific on this graph. She also mentioned that checking to see if you can see yourself in the data is another way to spot a bad statistic. For example, using these graphs of the unemployment rate. This graph is a general unemployment rate graph given from 1990 to 2010. Okay. Ways to see yourself in the data are including possible educational status and gender. So in this graph, it shows people who had less than a high school diploma in the purple, high school graduate in the blue, people who had some college in the pink, and college graduates in the orange. So you can see that the unemployment rate for people who didn't graduate high school and the difference between people who graduated college. Lastly, in the same range of years, 1990 to 2010, she used this graph to show the unemployment rate between men and women. It shows that men are on top and women are on the bottom. If you were to take the numbers of unemployment rate today, you would see that women would be on top and men would be on the bottom. Lastly, the last way to spot a bad statistic is to know how the data was collected. It is important to know if anyone can participate in the sample or the survey, whether the people relate to the study or not. Chances are that the results may be skewed for the population that it was meant for, which doesn't give proper representation of the population. In conclusion, it is important to know how to identify bad statistics by knowing the facts of the data before believing the numbers, having comprehensive visual aids that correlate with the data, and by making sure that the data was collected in an unbiased, practical manner that represents the representative population so that the conclusion is conclusive with the data instead of it not being conclusive with the data. Otherwise, you're just giving false information. Cheers.